What happens if you take two people, multiple businesses, two children, and you overcommit on every level in terms of business, life, and family? I tell you what you get, fucking chaos.
Yes.
Join us for this episode of Business Marriage. We're back, baby.
Oh, we are back.
This show is a Phonic Media production.
Well, we said we'd be back, and we shouldn't have taken as long as we've taken, but
No.
it's back. Business Marriage is back, baby. Still got the moves.
I feel it already. I'm back, guys. I'm back.
Wow, thank God they all say. Hit it with the tagline.
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
Oh, my God. James, we're back.
We're back. What are you
I
doing?
don't know,
You can't
it's
see
my
that.
dry hands.
Oh, your hands are so crusty. Strong
It's
start.
like dead skin just flaking
If that
off.
was Sam, if you're editing this,
that
can you
is
do a slow-mo
disgusting.
of the dead skin
Do
just
you know what? I was
floating
talking
out?
to someone yesterday and they were like, oh my God, my hands are so dry, like I'm an old man. And I was like, oh, it's not just me. Anyway,
Well, I'm so glad we're back.
Welcome.
I bet people have really missed this.
Oh.
We're back, everybody.
I mean, I kind of feel ashamed.
You should feel ashamed.
I feel ashamed because I think we've got a lot of grovelling to do. I've got to be honest.
It's a shame.
When we decided to take a break in August because
We
of the
were
summer
on
holiday,
a break.
we thought it was just going to be for the summer
holiday,
holiday,
6 weeks.
and then it just never came back.
6 weeks became 6 months,
But
pretty much.
guys, please forgive us because it's never that we never really wanted to do it. That's the crazy thing. Like, we love this show.
Yeah.
We have so many people asking us, where is it?
Well, I've got highlights, and this is our excuses in no particular order. Summer holiday, new staff, never-ending recruitment, new offerings, shit clients, and a house move.
Yeah, it's pretty
I mean,
epic. It's been
You'll
pretty,
either find an
pretty
excuse or you'll
full-on.
find a way if you're like a Tony Robbins style fan, but we just found an excuse.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
I think we should say right now, I think we should make an oath.
Okay.
Repeat after me.
What hand do I use?
I don't know.
Left, heart,
That's fine. Just look at your boobs now. Oh, we're back, everybody!
pathetic.
Repeat after me. I, Hayley Appleby.
I,
Burtt.
Hayley Appleby Burtt,
Forgot your name then. Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That business marriage
business marriage
is a priority.
is a priority.
I will not
I will not
allow client projects
client projects
that I guesstimate are going to take 4 weeks and end up taking me about 16 weeks.
Yeah, that.
I will not let that get in the way of bringing people amazing content
I will not let it get in the way of bringing people amazing content
about life, business,
business,
and my variety of dead skin issues.
and the variety of dead skin issues, of which I do have a lot. Okay.
She's back. She does solemnly swear.
And James,
Oh, yeah, okay.
here
Right.
we go.
Not sure if this. It's got. Okay, go.
I, James Burtt,
I, James Burtt,
will never do
would never do.
what I tell all my clients not to do
Never that.
when they launch a podcast.
Yep.
If you're going to do a season, that's fine,
Yep, it's fine.
but don't leave it for 6 months.
But don't leave it for 6 months.
And I haven't forgotten
And I haven't forgotten.
that a few episodes way back,
A few episodes way
I
back.
had made a promise
I had made a promise. No one cares about this.
that I would, dance in glittery hot
pants.
And I will do it
On
as
roller
an
skates.
apology
And I will do it as an apology
for our Instagram.
for our Instagram.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The end.
Okay. Done.
Oh, the mugs are back.
Ironic
Still going strong.
cheers.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Chaz.
You got the shakes. You're so nervous. You got the shake. Are you secretly
I haven't
drinking
got
or
the
something?
shakes.
But yeah, it's just your dead skin weighing down one hand and then the other. Anyway, guys, so
Wow.
we've been away. Hopefully, you guys will potentially resonate with this. If you're listening to the audio,
Oh, they're just like wasters.
yeah, wasters. If you're listening to this, then obviously you won't know any different. But if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, if you're listening but you think you'd like to watch as well, you can click the link in the show notes and then you can go and watch.
Great plug,
And if-
James.
and
Great
if-
plug.
And if you're watching, you can click the link in the description. You can listen.
Oh my God,
Oh!
there's so many sensory
Circular
overload.
virality. Yeah,
What?
I'm back. Fucking marketing shit. And what?
Oh God, I hate you
Called
sometimes.
circular
Oh,
virality.
shut up.
What do you mean?
No one cares.
People do care.
No, they don't. This is so dull. Move
guys,
on.
if you care, just
They've waited 6 months for this.
DM the word circular virality
Oh, God.
to Instagram.
Oh, this is what I remember.
And you can. Is that what you remember? Really? Because what I remember
God, no.
is that no, we'll
No,
get rid
we're
of
not
these
doing
jingles.
that. I love that jingle though.
Yes,
It
and
annoys me.
so what was I talking about?
I mean, I'm bored, you're bored, you're
Fine.
bored.
You are.
No,
at
you were
home.
talking. I actually don't know.
So what's happened in the last 6 months? Because maybe you guys can resonate at home if you've got businesses, kids, marriages, things that you're trying to get done in life. Maybe you can.
Yeah,
resonate.
It's been crazy.
Don't excuse it.
So
Don't excuse it, but resonate with it. Maybe
we've had some full-on dramas, haven't we? Which we're not going to go into.
a couple of them we will not talk
That's
about.
just a side note. So it started with just summer.
When do you actually go back
I
over
know,
the last?
we're not even going to go there.
Yeah.
But when we started, it was summer holidays. So we had a few holidays planned. We went away with our friends to, I can't even remember. That's how bad. Like, we went to Dorset, had a week away.
Went down Lyme.
I say Lyme. He gets so annoyed because instead of saying Lyme Regis, I say Lyme, and he's like,
She
so
just shortens
angry.
things that don't need shortening. Like Lyme Regis doesn't take that much time. You can't just say the whole
Lyme,
word.
going down Lyme. Anyway.
I hate it.
So we had holidays.
What did you do the other
Super
day?
Fun.
You come up with one the other day. I was
I
like,
don't know.
absolutely.
Deck? We're going to get rid of the deck. Take the decks down. And you were like, no.
Decoration, yes.
No.
Should we take the decks down today? I went, absolutely,
talk
get
about
out
that?
of my house if you're going to talk about that.
So we had holidays
Shav.
planned, then we had another holiday. We went to Walton on the Naze. With
Oh
the
my God, hang on.
family. Oh my
Dorset
God,
and
we're
Walton,
so
double holiday?
Glamorous.
Who the fuck do these people think they are? Ballers.
Yeah, just loads of stuff going on. So we were like, let's just take the pressure off.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when we went back to work we were working sort of throughout the summer around Louis, and George was still at
I don't
nursery.
think we never stopped working, did we?
No. Honestly, the autumn was just a complete... If you run your own business and you're in... me and James are at slightly different stages. As you know, I'm pretty much a one-man band, although things have changed.
Great cliffhanger.
It's a bit like feast and famine. I can go from being like having no
Inspiring.
clients in a way because I've finished my projects, and then I'm like, oh, when's the next one? And then all of a sudden it's like this wave of just all these people land on my lap, which is fantastic.
I'd
but
love
then
to
I
land
get
on your lap.
into a bit of a... I'm just like a workhorse. It's
I
like
love it when you're a
work.
workhorse.
Shut up!
This is what people want. This is what they want.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Anyway, so it was just full on working, and then I made all of those mistakes, overcommitting. I do obviously design, graphic design, website design.
Fuck it,
little
here
plug
she
there.
goes.
If you don't know, it's orangelamb.co.uk. Anyway, but I'm very specific on the kind of platforms that I use.
Oh, guys,
I use them.
They're all brilliant platforms, guys, for getting your message out. If you really want to stand out in your
Shut
field,
up.
if you're somebody who wants to go from
if
good
you
to
are,
great in terms of your
feel
branding,
free, yeah.
please feel free to get hold of orangelamb.co.uk. We don't know whether you should be able to take on the work, though, depending if she's in the middle of a feast or a famine. But yeah, go to orangelamb.co.uk. If you want to get in direct contact,
No, I'll
it's
always say
info.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, she'll always say yeah.
I'll always say
the
yeah,
old
don't worry.
workhorse. Go on, the old workhorse. Go on then.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. I actually have forgotten.
Workhorse Hayley.
I think that's part of my
Could you make
my
me a
menopause.
graphic which is your head on the body of a child?
Anyway, boring
Someone
story.
in the office, please make that for me.
A lesson in business. Stick to what you believe in.
Hold tight, Tony
Don't-
Robbins.
No, but like I have values of why I use certain platforms that I work on, because I see so many people use these sort of like Fandango website platforms. They get left from their designer and then they can't work it, and then it's overly expensive to run or overly expensive to update. And then I went completely against it all and ended up in just what I would call just a few months of just feeling so stressed, learning new platforms, realising that actually they didn't do what I'm used to anyway. So a lot of learnings, and it was just full on, but good in a good way, because yeah, it makes you reevaluate. Can you tap your screens? I
can.
can't see what we were talking about. And then amongst all that, the new staff. So
Oh,
again,
yes.
as we know, James,
Hayley's recruitment journey. Oh, this
so,
is...
I mean,
forgot about
the
this.
recruitment journey that lasted all of about 10 days.
Oh.
So as we know, James has got his office, he's got a team, and I'm a bit like, oh, it's just me. And I was like, no, I've got to a point, I know I need someone else to come in and help me with just like take some of the, like the workload really of the design.
Take it off the workhorse.
And
Take
again,
it off.
as a small business owner, it's that kind of thing. Do I have the money in the business to bring someone in full time on a salary? Maybe not. Or I could look at maybe a freelance. So then I looked at freelancers in the UK, but it just wasn't quite working. And then someone had said to me, why don't you go on this
You
website?
did have a freelance
Yeah.
in the UK, didn't you?
Yeah, that was more for some like admin-y stuff.
Yeah.
But
that sort of worked to an extent, didn't
Yeah.
it? But it wasn't taking as much work off your plate as you needed.
So someone had recommended like go and look overseas. So I was looking in the Philippines, some great applicants. So I put a job advert out there, had some great applicants, got them to do like a little test
About
so I could really
500
see
people
them.
applied for the job, didn't you?
And then I interviewed a few. There was a couple that just came on and didn't have a webcam, and I was like, yeah, no, straight away, you are gone. Anyway, I found someone and I really liked her, really connected with her. She was super happy to be like taking the role, and I was like, this is fantastic.
Almost too good to be true.
Almost too good to be true. Now, one thing that was good
All the glitters is not gold.
is that it forced me to put in some processes in place and
Yeah.
some workflows, courtesy of my friend Siobhan Mears, who's always in my ear about that. She does business strategy.
Mirrors in your ears. Why should you never use that as a
Mears in my
tagline?
ears. I know, yeah, I'm going to have to tell her about that. And
Worst tagline
so
ever.
that was good. And then I was basically having to sort of like onboard her, tell her about the clients we work with, show her how I do some of the designs for like the socials, and basically manage her and
That
give her
also, like, I
work.
know we're sort of joking about it, but that is a big step. When you go
It is a
from
big
1
step.
to
It is a
2
big
of
step.
anything in
Yeah.
business, I think that's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Because you're used to doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
The knowledge in your world can just sit in your head.
Yeah.
Like no one else needs to know about
with
it.
my crazy brain.
Yeah, but
it's
also,
true though. It's like
but you live in sort of like organised chaos. Like I walk into your office and there's half of a fucking rainforest of paper
no,
everywhere.
it's so
like my
bad.
absolute idea of hell. But you love
Yeah.
writing stuff down. You've got notes, you've got piles.
I print
then
stuff.
Once
I'm
you've got like a
so
certain
old
big
school.
pile, then you fold another piece of dead tree around the other bits of dead tree to like
To be
signify
fair-
you've segmented that.
To be
stuff.
fair, if anyone's listening and gives a shit, if anyone has got any tips for that, because I am a nightmare. Like I have to print stuff out, I have to see things physically, like there. Anyway, so I was onboarding her, and then I think we got to like day 3, and I didn't really know when she was working. We sort of
Day 3 got to
I
day
was
3.
trying to be flexible in like, you know, as long as you work this many hours between these times, I'm not really minding. But then I started working out that the time that she was starting meant that she must be working till like 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm like, this just isn't right. And then I think
With
it
a lot
was
of like overseas workers, they'll say, "Do you want me to work on your time
yeah,
zone
and I
or
was
not?"
like,
And it
I
doesn't
don't care
in
as
your
long
space.
as
It
it's
doesn't
in.
work.
But,
yeah,
but
it
just
doesn't need
anyone
to.
working until 2 in the morning is just not normal.
Probably
is it?
not a high performance unless you're.
Then we got
Ferris.
to day 5, and I've had an emergency. Was it a flood or something had happened? Can I
Yeah.
get paid early? And I was like, this.
No, it was a hospital first.
Was it hospital?
There was
Or
a
I've got an
migraine.
emergency or something.
I'm sure there's
Can
a
I get paid
migraine.
early? And I was like, this smells of bullshit. And I just said,
No,
look,
it was the early payment was like the third thing.
No,
there
I
was
think
there was
that
there was
was
like I've had my son, my child's ill.
Oh, okay,
I've got to go to
maybe.
hospital. You're like, okay. Then it was like, oh, I'm sorry, I've got to go to a hospital appointment.
yeah. Then it was, I've had a flood or something.
Then there's a flood.
Can
Oh,
I get paid early? And I was like,
There was a storm, so the internet hadn't worked,
I was
which
like,
does happen in the Philippines.
I really can't pay you until like the agreed time. Yeah, then it was like, oh, my internet's all crashed. Like we was on a Zoom call and the whole thing just crashed for like an hour. And I was like, right. And then
Which does
one
happen.
day I was
Which
like,
does.
right, can we jump on and have a chat? She's like, oh, I'm actually not feeling well today. And I was like, oh, okay, was you going to tell me that you wasn't feeling well, or do you want to just take the day off? And then I was like, this is not feeling good.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
So, well, the straw that broke the camel's back was just like, what the fuck? This is not helpful.
But there was the
Like,
one message that she sent, which was, I'm really sorry that I need to ask for the salary early. It's just that my cancer treatment is
yeah.
really expensive.
She basically then
which is not
said-
funny.
Well, no, to be fair, I actually said to her beforehand, I said, look,
Have you got cancer?
no, I didn't say that. I said, I'm
Can't
really
say that
sorry.
in a recruitment
No, you
process.
can't say that. I said, I'm really sorry, but this just isn't working. I was like, I need someone who's like really committed, and you know, it's just, yeah, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to let you go. And then
But
she wrote back.
you had said for a couple of days, you're like, how do I get? And I'm like, look, you just
Yeah.
need to get her to check in and check
and
out.
That's it.
And
I
she
had
just wouldn't
like,
do
we had
it.
Trello, we had Slack. I was like telling her, please, can you check
WhatsApp.
in, check out? And I was like, this is stressful. Anyway, so I just thought, do you know what? I can't waste any more time. You know, when you just know. So I said, look, I'm really sorry, but it's just not working. I'm going to have to let you go.
not me,
I'll
it's
pay you for the day you had sick, and I'll pay you for the extra day that you're not going to work. So I gave her like 2 extra days. And then she came back and she said, oh, I'm so gutted. I absolutely loved it, this job. Please, can you reconsider? I didn't tell you, but I've actually got cancer. And I was like, look, that's awful. And obviously that's a horrible thing for anyone to go through, but really cold. But I've got to think of the business. And that's that.
Jesus,
I
some
know.
Karen
It
Brady
felt a
shit.
bit mean, but I was like, and then I spoke to someone else and they were like, I had exactly the same thing happen. And then I thought, well, let's not give up. I had a few other really good like website designers and stuff like that. So I thought, well, let's see if I can bring them in on a project. So I sent, there was 2 separate ones. Now, these are both the people that I never saw on a web camera. Which was a bit weird. And then considering what they do and their profession, like, why would you not have a webcam? So I sent them both a quote and they both come back saying that there was a big festival out there, so they might take a while to get back. And I was like, that's fine. But when they came back at different times, their quotes were absolutely identical apart from the price. Like, as in the way it had been written.
Yeah, the whole
it was
email,
so bizarre. And I was like, is this just like one big company?
And that's what you do get
outsourcing?
overseas. You get a lot in the
So
Far
it
East
just
and you get a
pissed
lot in
me
India.
right off. And I was like, fuck this. So I employed someone for about 10 days and then was like,
They
done.
only work 6 of the 10 days.
But the weird thing, if you believe in the universe, is
here
that
we
on
go.
the day that I was taking on my new team member, there's a guy that I went to school with who is a absolute amazing like senior graphic designer for like a big London agency. Like, he's went to university, you know, he's
super
talented. So like my talent is here and his is up here. No, but in like we've got like different skill sets and he's just amazing. The day I was taking on my new staff member, something said to me, I'll reach out and see how he is. So I messaged him and he told me he'd been made redundant.
Score!
And I was
Yes!
like, but I remember saying to you, how weird, like,
Great.
is that the universe saying to me, like, oh, I should work with him? Anyway, of course, then I went down my journey.
So the universe, she's got rid of the cancer patient and now someone else has been kicked
So
out of their job.
effectively now,
Lucky
I've
Hayley.
got someone that now is working with me who is absolutely frigging epic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say names just for any reasons right now, but all will be revealed. But he is amazing. And it's like having someone, it's like taking me, and that's another lesson, I guess, as a business owner, that I had to go on that journey because I was always like, should I not? And I'm not saying that like overseas freelance is not the way to go, because I know people that do it and it's fantastic. But you have to be in that position of you are going to be micromanaging. You are going to have to really drive that forward with that person, really put in those like processes, really.
You were
like,
trying to do that, to be fair. You
Yeah.
just picked badly.
yeah. And also,
accidentally.
like, when you're paying a certain caliber, you might be getting a certain
Level of work.
Whereas now I'm in this situation where I'm like, well, actually, this person is so epic that actually the work I can take on, I might be able to take on more work and a higher level of work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So yeah, I might be paying more, but actually in the long run,
You can bring in
it
more.
brings in more.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing. It's just been I went away for a 2-day like business retreat with some of the ladies that I met through a business program that we were on. Now we're like really good friends. And it was just so good to have like 2 days of going, right, actually, right now, I'm in a world of shit. I've over-delivered, I've overcommitted, I've made mistakes, but in a good way. And now, the new year, I'm like positive that I'm putting in good changes.
The good thing about
Changes. Sorry,
Nice.
I love a little sing-song.
the good thing about your fuck-ups is that it doesn't actually
Wow.
damage anybody apart from you.
Thanks
Like-
for that, James.
Like, no, but
no,
you're...
that's really, really supportive.
No, but what I'm about
That's
to
the
get
great thing
to...
with your fuck-ups, because it only affects you. What a thing to say.
Because what I was going to say, little advert for you, if you just shut up, I forgot how much of a gobshite you are,
Yeah,
is that
backtrack.
your clients would never know.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't know.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So your fuck ups haven't actually. The reason why you do no marketing, you do no promotion. All of your work, we say, lands on my lap. It doesn't land on your lap accidentally. It's because you get great word of mouth recommendation. Because despite
I'm such a legend.
you're a dick. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use
Sorry.
it in that ratio, as my
Carry
dad
on.
used to tell me. But you've had the challenges internally, but no one outside knows, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you still delivered.
100%.
and this is-
Over-delivered.
You over-delivered and over-committed.
Yeah.
What most people do is they over-promise and under-deliver. You over-promise and still over-deliver
And
somehow.
also, again, especially when
I mean,
you're
it'll
a small...
end up in your untimely and early death because you're so stressed out. But other than that,
No, but
sure.
also that's the thing. When you are a small business, there's only a certain amount of hours in a day around kids, etc. Like when you do overcommit and you go down paths where you shouldn't have gone, like I've probably completely lost money on projects. It's probably cost me to do them. Does that
100%,
make
yeah.
sense? So it was a learning. But, you know,
But
it's funny
you've
because then
also-
you've had things on your side where you're learning about that real importance of installing culture and the sort of like, I guess, giving more responsibility to your team. But also we were talking, and this is not in a disrespect way, and this is what's hard with, I think, team members, and I hear it from lots of people I know who've run their own businesses, is that it's, I say, is it rare, but finding the people that are going to be as passionate as you are to drive you forward.
No one cares as much as you do.
It's difficult, isn't it?
But you do occasionally find like a gem
Exactly.
who cares,
And then
who
you've
cares
got
a
to
lot.
Hold them and squeeze them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm a bit like with my mate now. I'm just going to suffocate him.
Suffocating with business
No,
love.
but I am. It's almost like, it's weird. It's like I need to bring him money for like our living and that. I'm aware. But I'm also like, I need to bring him money for him now because I want him to stay.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I think sometimes, I remember James Sinclair said this to me. He said that he will often,
Sorry.
he said he's never not recruiting. He said, if I find someone amazing, I'll just find a role for them.
Yeah.
And when you're at sort of the stage of business that me and you are at, you're like, well, how are you going to do that? How can you cash flow? Like he's at a different level entirely. But you do, once you, and I promise you this will happen, once you start to outsource to one person or you start to relinquish control a little bit, you will see someone who's like, oh my God, well, they're amazing at video, or they can bring someone else in.
Yeah.
And you might freelance it for a bit, but you will start, your mind just starts thinking a little bit bigger.
I'm already thinking bigger. No, I am though as well. And it's like, yeah, like we've taken on a really big project and it's been fantastic. So I can just like go, here, this is what I need. And what I also love is that we both respect each other and we know that we both bring different things to the table. So it's great. I'm loving it.
You talk about your pal?
Yeah, I'm
not me
talking
and
about
you.
you. No.
No respect here, is there? I'm just Hayley's little
No.
bitch boy. But I quite like it.
But yeah, you've had a bit of a. I mean, we don't want
I
this
don't
just
wanna
to be
personally
about
slag
business.
people
It's
off.
boring, but no, don't. You've
No.
had a few lessons as well, haven't you?
If you're watching this, if I say shit clients and that wounded you, then you're the shit client. That's all I'm saying. But yeah,
yeah,
I've
it's
learned a couple
been
of lessons.
a lesson.
I basically, so over in the period of time where we haven't been on air, we went from 4 to 6. So again, it's not like it's by no means an empire, but 6 people. You know, that is an increase of a third, and good maths. And like I said, the culture piece is really really interesting because you almost feel like when you got 6, you're much too small to be big, and you're a little bit too big to be small. So you sit in that weird space in the middle. So like you need some HR software and you need to track holidays. And you need all that shit that I've just
But you're
never
sort of
done.
still quite close.
But you're still quite close to them. But then equally, you need to be able to step back and be like, right, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. This is the mission and the vision. And I'll go work on that stuff. And you guys do delivery. And I've recruited some brilliant people recently. Brilliant people. But it took pretty much all summer.
Yeah.
It was non-stop. It cost thousands in fees for Indeed and bloody LinkedIn, let alone the sort of the lost time. But equally, I've got, I would say, a couple of people now who are really embedded, and they are going to be there for the long haul. As long as it's interesting, as long as they can feel growth, as long as they can feel development. So that was a big step for me.
That's
so
exciting.
I got to the end of last year, and I sort of shifted around a couple of the team members in their roles and stuff. Just because, and this is the thing with business, right? It's always moving, it's always evolving.
Yeah.
Just because you've always done what you've done doesn't mean you always have to do it in that way. And if you always do what you've done, you'll always get what you've got.
Also, as well, this relates to you and just from some people that I'm close with, that sometimes things can feel a bit like maybe overwhelming or things aren't going quite well or you're not feeling as happy or content or with the business and you think that, oh my God, it's all wrong. You know, I had someone recently that was like, I think my whole offering's wrong. And actually when
You talk about me?
No.
You pretended?
A little bit about you in that recently you've been a little bit like, I feel like you're not working from like that zone of genius, yeah?
Yes.
And I had this with someone. And it's interesting because actually when we sat down, it was not anything to do with the actual product or the offering.
No.
It was maybe just it needed a bit of tweaking or it was how they approached their offers or do you know what I mean, how they saw it. And I think that's another learning curve for you, like you were saying about it's always evolving, is that I think it's, especially as an owner of a business, you feel like you've always got to have the answers, but it is just evolving and something happens like, you might lose some clients, but actually that's the thing that needed to happen to get you to where you wanted to go.
So it's for context for the lovely listener. In December/January, and we're a small business, 6 people. We got knocked for about 20,000 quid in fees.
Ooh!
Got knocked by people that I liked and trusted as well, who I no longer like nor trust either, and I was really, really pissed off.
Should have
But
got
more
a
than
boxing glove somewhere. I should have been like,
more than anything, I was annoyed at myself.
Can I get it?
Because there was a couple of, in one particular
I
instance,
think we need some like undertone music.
existing work had already been done.
Have you got any like emotional undertone?
If you are that person, I will find you and I will
kill you, and then I will find you.
The way that I built your brand, I will now pull your brand down.
But you won't.
I will fucking crush you.
But you won't.
Yeah, but I will.
No, but you won't.
Yeah, I will.
No, but you won't. Sound like Batman.
I do, don't I?
Lego Batman.
I do. Yeah, I've been watching Lego Batman a lot over Christmas. Anyway, but the realisation was actually that you need to have these systems and processes. You need to have them and stick to them. Things like billing, because one client he basically had overtraded and couldn't pay the bills, and basically told me on like month 3, look, I've got no way to pay the bill. I should have fucking stopped the service, but me being a mug thinks I can.
Who's mug? Who's mug?
Oh, it's me!
my
It's me!
God!
It's back, everybody! It's me! Have you been a mug? Who's a mug? Who's a mug?
You, James, has been a mug.
Been a right
Oh my
mug.
God, we didn't even know we were going to do this.
No.
You're such a mug.
Yeah, cheers.
And do you know what I go? Oh well, it's just an expensive lesson.
Again,
You just got to draw a line, move on.
great lesson for £20,000. But anyway, yeah. But
So that's business wrapped up.
that's business.
So that's
But we are recording this in January to come out very shortly. But the very beginning part of the year, like second day of the year, I had an absolute flap. And to your point about Zone of Genius, I was like, how I've set everything up is not how I want to run everything.
Yeah.
I commute more than anybody else in my office. Why? I spend 3 hours in a car every day. I'm getting to the point where I'm just wasting. That's 15 hours a week if I go in every day of the week.
Because I was thinking that.
15
I was thinking that
hours.
yesterday of how like I end up.
And I could
having
do my
to
thing from
like,
anywhere.
From 3:00 till you're home at like 6:30. I'm like, oh God, I've always got to do the kids, pick up, the dinners, the bath and all that. And I was like, oh, wish James could just share it. And then I was like, but then you have I sit in a car for 3 hours, like, and that's the thing. It's like
podcast nightmare.
Yeah,
What a
I don't know what's
nightmare.
worse.
Kids are better.
Anyway,
Nightmare.
so that's really honestly what took up
I hadn't
so
finished
much.
my thing, by the way. You
carry
just
on.
fucking. I forgot how much of a steamroller that you are.
You know when it feels like it's dragging, it's like move along.
But what the point was that in terms of like the model and all that sort of stuff, what I realised is that I need to put different people doing different roles, and then I need to. I'll tell you what. Look, at the end of the day, the conclusion that I came to is that the model is solid. The systems and processes, yes, they may need tweaking, but it's not about the work that needs to change. It's the way that I do the work that needs to change.
Oh God.
So my realisation was, basically I just realised that actually I don't need to
You're a
commute
twat.
3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I need to have, if I'm going to do like sales calls, I could do them on one day, batch it all together.
Over at home and go for lunch.
No, I'm going to go somewhere local. I'm just not going to drive to Ilford. But then actually empowering the team internally, like I promoted Sam. Shout out Sam!
Legend!
Sam, who produces this podcast and all of our other podcasts, he's now head of production. And already in that role, he's just doing shit I've never done before. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
Like, he's a smart cookie.
You just got to
He's a bright spark.
loosen the strings.
Why do you make it so weird? I haven't kidnapped him. George Michael. No, George. What's he called?
Michael?
Boy George to like chain him to a radiator.
I don't
Do you remember
know.
that?
No.
That was fucking weird, wasn't it? Anyway, so that's all the stuff. We've covered off there. New staff, never-ending recruitment, new offering, shit
That was
clients.
business which took up the whole of the autumn. And then we haven't even spoke about Christmas and moving house.
Yeah, so if you notice, we're in a different set.
Oh my God.
Because we moved fucking
right,
house.
so we knew we were going to have to move house in March this year. And then I do this thing where I'm on Rightmove and I'm like, James,
Which I'm very grateful for now.
James,
was
I
not
found
grateful
this
at
house.
the time.
And James is like, fucking hell, I knew you'd do this. Why'd you do this? Why'd you put it in my head? I've got so much going on. I don't want to think about it. And I was like, well, you know,
Really good
I'm just sort
impression.
of looking. And this came up. Anyway, we decided, no, we don't want to. Who wants to move house before Christmas?
No
Of
one.
course we don't. So I put the search on hold. And then on a Saturday, the Michael Bublé playlist went on, and we put all the decorations up, didn't we?
The
Christmas
decks,
tree,
all the decks.
all the decks went up, all down the stairs, like everywhere. It's
And
beautiful.
I said to you, stop fucking looking at how, if we put the tree up, I'm not moving before Christmas.
And then I went on to my Rightmove app, and I saw this house that I'd been
went
watching
online.
for a while, which I don't think you liked it at first, funny enough, but they'd reduced the
can't
price.
remember.
And I said, look, James,
That's why I liked it.
I think we should
Didn't
look
like it
at
the price.
this. Like, this looks like a really nice house. And he was like, actually, yeah. Phones the agent. This was in the afternoon, so after all day of putting up the decorations, phone the agent. And he's like,
I was having my little nap on the sofa,
oh
which
God,
you
you
hate,
do that
didn't you?
every Saturday. Like,
Stop.
fuck off. You know what I mean? Goes out every morning for like this 2-hour run now because he's training for the fucking marathon.
Oh, to raise money for
And then he comes
ill
back and
children.
oh, I'm just going to have a fucking nap for 2 hours. Fuck off. Anyway.
You work about 3 hours a day, but you don't have to commute
3
nowhere.
hours a day?
Yeah, shut up. you.
Whatever.
Carry
Anyway.
on.
And the agent was like, I can meet you there in like 10 minutes.
I'd only just woken up as well, and I was
he's
like, what's the situation with the
all right.
house? He's
So
like, I can see there in
he-
20. I was like,
he goes
okay.
there, and honestly, when he come back, he was just like, I've never seen you so excited. He was like, oh my God, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. I want it. And I was like, okay. He said, now the only thing is the landlord is willing to do a really good deal if you can move in before Christmas. And that was it, wasn't it? And we were like, fuck it, let's do it. And I said,
So
we're
that was the
getting
2nd of December.
Yeah, so I said,
Saturday
James,
the 2nd of December.
I was like, we're getting that house, got a feeling. So we gave notice because
That
we're
day?
renting. We're not lying. We're renting.
Why haven't we been
I don't know because we're not really. So we gave notice to.
What are you talking about? We're not lying.
I don't know.
Who's he
Sometimes
been lying
people might
to?
think we're talking. You know when people go, "Oh, moving house, well done," and I'm like, "Yeah, we're just renting. It's all cool."
We're still moving fucking house,
I
isn't
know.
it?
All right, chill.
You're not lying.
Anyway, so
Stressful,
we gave
don't lie.
notice to our landlords and we're
That
like, yeah,
night.
we're going to move out. The last day would be Christmas Eve when the tenancy ran out. And then the next day we get a message from the agent going, oh, didn't realise, actually on with a dual agent and they took an offer yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's not available anymore. And I said,
Sorry, I've taken a long-term let with an international diplomat.
and I was like, are you
for
fucking
fuck's
kidding
sake.
me? I was like, we've just handed our notice. What the hell? I was like, and you said, I went, we're going to have to go back to him and just say, really sorry, it's all fallen through. And you went, no, just hold off. So we said, okay, well,
Money talks.
yeah. So the next day we put in a counter offer for a bit more money, but still less than what we were paying.
Yeah.
And they came back and they were like, yeah, 100%, he wants to go with you. And that was it. It was like, bang, epic. So we moved.
So we said to the guy, because we put in loads of, because he didn't think anyone would move in before Christmas. He was
Yeah.
like, you could probably do a really good deal. You can get a deep clean top to bottom. You could probably get
didn't get
new
none of that, did we?
carpets. You could get
New
the
carpets?
Yeah, he was saying all sorts of shit. He's like, oh yeah, the landlord will be willing to do this, that, and the other. So I had gone in with like, okay, it'll be X amount. It's still a lot of dough. Don't get me wrong, but it'll be X amount of money. I want rent-free period. I want to decorate it because
Yeah.
we want to decorate it before we move in. Blah blah blah. All that just went out the window. So I
Yeah.
right, offer him
We
200
were
quid
like,
more
we
than,
want it so
than the other
badly.
one. I'll take it next
We'll
Monday.
do whatever we need to.
We'll do the
Yeah.
tenant check now. We'll
It was
double.
already clean though, like it had been
Yeah, it'd been
massively
looked
cleaned.
after, yeah.
Remember our last house that we lived in? Oh my God, the day we took it on, we didn't realise that it hadn't had like a professional clean. And we had about 8 of our friends there that day. And no lie,
Not our friends anymore
we spent, why?
because they hate
Oh,
us.
because of
after
that.
making
Yeah,
us
we spent.
clean this shit house.
Honestly, it make it sound like really awful, but I think they'd like just done a lot of cooking and all like the handles. Do you remember we had like little brushes and we were like going around every handle? Anyway, extreme. So this house was lovely, but yeah, we had to decorate it, and then we were going to get a removal company, but they
Bear
wanted
in mind,
so much money.
This is the 9th of January.
Yeah.
That we 9th of December that we get it agreed.
Yeah. So
We picked up the keys on the.
picked up the keys on the 9th. And then we moved in on the 16th
Yes.
officially. But so this is what
between
we wanted.
time-
What we wanted to do was get a removal company that we used before to move all of our stuff. We wanted to pack our house down in the most Merry Kondo style, where anything that didn't bring us joy or anything we didn't need went. Okay, it went to charity, to the dump. It did not come to the new house, okay? Then we wanted to have like a nice crossover period between getting rid of the old house and the new house. We wanted to get
Somebody to come and decorate
team
it.
in to come and decorate it. That was the plan. And the reality...
Bear in mind, we had 2.5 weeks before Christmas at the time when we picked up the keys.
The reality was I couldn't get any carpet cleaners. Everyone was fully booked. We couldn't get anyone to come and paint unless it was like extortionately priced.
Yeah.
The removal people wanted like
double what they charged us before.
No, I think it was triple.
Was
and
it?
we were like absolutely crazy. So
It's only 5 minutes down the road.
in the end, we were like, fuck it, let's just do it ourselves. How hard can it be? And
2 weeks before Christmas.
My God, it was absolutely exhausting. My dad, who has got horrific
Crippling arthritis
at the minute, like in his knees, he was like, well, I'll come and help paint, and you know, I don't mind. And I'm like, Dad, you're in pain. And he was like, no, I want to. Like, I don't want to just sit still. So there was me, you, and my dad painting this whole house. Night and day, wasn't it? While the kids were at my mum's, it was just
that first
full
weekend
on.
we got the keys. We got the keys on the Friday.
Yeah.
Friday morning, I
Yeah.
picked the keys up. Then I had you were away for a business
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So I had to have the kids. So I bought the kids here after school because
Yeah,
they had not
pizza
seen
and
it.
fish
So they
and
had
chips.
pizza and fish and chips just sat on the floor, which was brilliant. And it was a really lovely
Oh, and
little
they love
memory.
it here, don't they?
And then we decorated. We decorated for, I think it was 32 hours out of 48 over that weekend. We were just decorating.
Our friends,
but we got it done,
Gary
didn't we?
and
Gary
Kelly, bless them, like
turned
turned up at
didn't they?
like
7 o'clock.
No, 6 o'clock at night, and they were just like, right, come on, give us a paintbrush, and it was
Decorated
just so
till 10 o'clock.
full on.
Had a kebab.
And then
The dream.
the house, oh my God, we had not packed down well at all, and it ended up being seriously any fucking carrier bag, any type of box. Everything was just getting shoved in. Honestly, we're still unpacking now, aren't we? And we bought all the shit we didn't want to bring with us.
There was shit from the last house that we moved from the other
honestly.
house. So we've moved 3 times in
It
6
is
years, and
endless.
we've moved
Yeah.
one lot of stuff from when we had a business
Yeah.
in 2014. I was like, can we get rid of this fucking paperwork?
Honestly, and then we had a friend that helped us move like the big furniture, but then there was still loads to move around. So my mate Gary's like, come on, you can lug this up the stairs with me. Honestly, it was exhausting.
So bearing in mind, last time we had 2 professional movers.
Yeah.
Like,
and they just come
fucking
in,
head
grab
geezers
it, take it.
and boxed it all up. My pal's like, I'll come help you for the day. Then help me for the day became, I'll help you for half the day, because he ended up having a staff Christmas party, which he hadn't thought about. Then he had to get to the staff Christmas party. So from a day to half a day to, I can help you between 9 and 11.
But brilliant,
So we
to
got
be
all
fair.
of them big stuff out of the
Over.
house on the day of moving. At one point, because I had the big van, which was half full. I didn't have my car because it was at the van
it's a
hire
fucking
place.
nightmare.
And there was no food in the house. So I found
And-
2 half-empty cans of soup, and I sat on the tail of the back of the truck.
Oh, that is
just eating-
depressing.
Eating this like semi-cold
Oh.
soup. Going,
And that was
"What
the same
fuck?"
day that
Because I got rid of
we
the
were
microwave.
moving. My dad had to go to the hospital, and my dad, who can
Yeah.
hardly walk right now, was going to get a bus
Train and 2
a train
buses. Oh.
to the hospital. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to drive you. And he's like, no, he's one of them, he won't accept help. And then in the end, I had to make up this big plan that actually I need to go to
I've got to go to
Dunelm,
Dunelm.
which is just up the road. So then my mum's like, oh, shopping trip.
She
I'll come to Dunelm with
Didn't
you.
realise it was a fucking blag,
So
did she?
James is fucking lugging all this stuff, and I'm just sat in Dunelm having a piece of cake and a coffee.
Unbelievable.
Shit coffee, but anyway. It
out
was
Dunelm.
full on, but I have to say, like we said, how nice to get in before Christmas and start making new memories. And it's it's a little bit, well, it isn't smaller, but it is, because a lot of the space in this house, we've got like this garage and utility area, haven't we? But it's such a like homely house. Like we love it. And the kids love it. Their rooms, they love it, don't they? It's just been, yeah, full on. But great. And then, of course, we had to re-put up, which was the most soul-destroying, re-put up all the fucking decorations again. And
So put them up in the old house on the
Yeah.
day that we found this house. Had to put them
had to
down
take
the
them down
following
again.
weekend.
I did actually Google that whole, like, where you just wrap it in cling film, but no, we didn't do that. Yeah, so did it all again. Everything just looked amazing. We've had a lovely Christmas here. It was super fun. But now
And-
we've, like, taken it all down, haven't we, the decorations, and it's a bit like, oh, we actually need to start putting our pictures on the wall. Yeah, still lots to do.
It will be a work in progress.
But and all that was going on whilst, no lie, we had fucking nativity plays. Do you remember? We had like Christmas parties
We
of
landed
George's.
these big projects.
And I was like, oh, we're not going to go. And I was like, no, we've got to go. So we're going to this Christmas party at George's nursery with these elves singing and all this sort of stuff. And then Louis.
Went down to the coast to do a content shoot. They flew back to go to a
God.
fucking party with an elf.
Louis had
Which
a
nobody wanted to go to.
Louis had a nativity play where he was a donkey, had 2 lines. He's very excited. I think we
I had
got
2
there. I
lines,
got
so I'll get my
the
throat.
time wrong as well. So we got there mega early, weren't we?
Oh,
and we're like front
absolute
row. It's
knob,
like
yeah.
awkward. And then it's like just navigating Christmas, like whilst living in all this chaos, like making sure that everyone's got a present and all those little things. And
But
we did it.
Done it.
But I remember like Louis, he was like, I said, if you want to write cards to your mates, you're doing it, I'm not doing it. And he sat there, bless him, and he wrote them all out one by one. And I was like, brilliant, I feel like I've really achieved something. And then he comes out of school that fucking day and he's like, look what I've got. And I'm like, what's that? One of the fucking kids has given all the children, not just a card that's been handwritten, but a little bag with 3 Christmas tree cookies, like home
Also home baked.
And I'm like,
Who does that?
Amazing, but no. Because it just makes us feel
lovely,
like
wasn't it?
awful parents.
Oh, I thought it was great.
No,
though.
I'm joking. It was great. But
Shout
yeah,
out to them.
I feel like
Won't
we
ever
deserve
get-
a medal just for getting through that.
Congratulations,
So
champ.
well done. But we are now back. We're settled. Yes, we've still got boxes to unpack.
39
but
minutes later, the end result of that is that we're back.
We're back.
Is that it?
We're back. We are back. And we're back with us, with a difference. We're going to maybe mix it up a little bit. We're going to have more people coming on the show.
Yes, we are.
And more than anything.
Some other couples.
More than anything as well.
Keys in a bowl?
Not just couples, though. All different.
Okay. Who are you talking about?
Well, the lady's going to hopefully come and design our
yes,
future.
yes.
And there might be someone coming on to help us
People
with our
who
wealth
can help you with
management.
your business or your marriage.
Yeah, so
With
it's
your
going
life.
to be mixing it up. But what we want more than anything is for you guys to join in with the show.
Yes.
So send us voice notes on Instagram at Business Marriage Pod. That would be amazing. It could be sharing a funny story or just sharing a story. It could be about marriage. It could be about life, about business. You might want to ask us a question. You might have a challenge.
We're going to do
anything.
shout outs still. So if you've got a
Yeah,
small business, we'll
small
shout you out.
business
If you've got an
shout-outs.
event, if you've got a charity, if
Yes.
you've got something going on.
100%. We want this podcast to really feature you guys, the listeners, because if we're honest, not to get all slushy, that's why we wanted to come back so bad. We've missed it because some of the feedback we've been getting has been great.
Miss you guys.
And there's so many more great couple podcasts out there now that we're just determined to
Smash them.
just smash them.
Yeah,
Smash them.
Fucking smash them.
Smash 'em.
Come on, bro, we're going to smash him. Anyway.
You went Irish then?
Yeah, get fucking smash it, like. Anyway,
Oh, I do an impression.
go on. Do your best Irish impression.
To be sure.
Oh my god.
So bad.
It is awful.
It's just bad.
Borderline, I guess,
I know,
Irish
don't.
racist.
No, don't.
I've just said it. Anyway, thank you for tuning back in. Business Marriage is back, baby. We'll be back every single week because we've committed. We made an
Yes,
oath.
we have.
We can't lie to you about that now. As I say, we're going to have more shout outs, more fun, more games, more of your engagement. Get in touch with us
more
on
bullshit.
Insta. Yeah, loads more bullshit. Some guests, some insights. Next episode, tune in because we're going to check out
Our
if
compatibility.
we are still compatible. Have we still got it 19 years later? Do we
How
still
many years?
2000 and...
Wow, 20 years this year.
Is it?
2004.
Was it?
Fuck, it's our 20
No,
year,
was it?
It's our 20-year anniversary.
2006.
No,
fucking
2000.
No,
Oh, I
it
don't
wasn't.
know.
Jesus Christ. Bye, everybody. This is so new.
Oh. No.
This show is a Phonic Media production